Hello students, how are you? Welcome to my class. I hope you are quite well. Now we are passing a very critical situation. But don't worry, if God wishes, we may overcome it soon. Okay, let's start our class. Today I want to discuss about the completing sentence, a very important grammatical topic. I think after learning some rules of completing sentences, you may be able to write down incomplete sentence correctly and perfectly. Okay students, take your notebook and pen with you. You must write down the structure and example on your notebook. I want to discuss about conditional sentences. Conditional sentence means শর্তমূলক বাক্য. Suppose you want to play with your friend. Then you may say to him, if you play with me, I will be very glad. Look at the sentence. If you play with me, I will be very glad. There are two parts or clause in this sentence. This one is subordinate clause and this one is principal clause. There are two parts or two clause in a conditional sentence. One is subordinate clause and another is principal clause. If you ask me, how can you find out subordinate clause? I will say you will easily find out subordinate clause when you see the part which starts with if. It is subordinate clause. That means subordinate clause starts with if. Is it clear to you? I want to say you again, there are two parts of a conditional sentence. One is subordinate clause, another is principal clause. Subordinate clause starts with if. Okay. Then comes the question, how many types of conditional sentences are? There are three types of conditional sentences. There are three types of conditional sentences. First conditional, second conditional and third conditional. If I ask you how many types of conditional sentences are, the answer may be no, the answer must be there are three types of conditional sentences. First conditional, second conditional and third conditional. Okay, let's discuss about the structure of these conditional sentences. Now we will discuss the structure of first conditional. The structure of first conditional: if plus present plus future. if plus present tense plus future tense. There is an example for you. If you study regularly, you will make a good result. If you study regularly, you will make a good result. Notice carefully the underlined words, the underlined verbs, and the structure of the sentence. The structure of the sentence. When the verb of the subordinate clause, when the verb of the subordinate clause is in present tense, the principal clause will be in future form. The principal clause will be in future form. Here, the verb of the subordinate clause is study. Study is present form. The principal clause will be in future form. Look this sentence. Conditional sentences may be started with subordinate clause or principal clause. Conditional sentences may be started with principal clause or subordinate clause. Now, we will discuss about second conditional sentence. Look at the structure of second conditional sentence. If plus past indefinite plus past conditional. What is past conditional? Look at the structure of past conditional. The structure of past conditional is firstly subject plus would or could or might plus present form of verb. I think you can understand the structure of past conditional. Now see the example. If you studied regularly, you would make a good result. Here, the verb of the subordinate clause is in past form and the verb of principal clause is in past conditional form. So, look at the structure and look at the example. I have told before, conditional sentences may be started either with principal clause or subordinate clause. Here, this sentence has been started with subordinate clause. Again, this sentence has been started with principal clause. Students, is it clear to you? Second conditional sentence, you must write down the structure and example on your notebook. Then, structure of third conditional sentence. The structure of third conditional sentence: if plus past perfect tense plus perfect conditional. You may ask me, what is perfect conditional? Okay, the structure of perfect conditional: subject plus would have or could have or might have plus past participle form of verb. Here is an example. If you had studied regularly, you could have made a good result. If you had studied regularly, you could have made a good result. Notice carefully the underlined words, the underlined verbs, and the structure of this sentence. When the verb of subordinate clause is in past perfect tense, the structure of principal clause will be in perfect conditional form. I have told you before, conditional sentences may be started either with subordinate clause or principal clause. For your better understanding, you may write down the examples of conditional sentences serially. First conditional, if they play well, they will win the match. Second conditional, if they played well, they would win the match. Third conditional, if they had played well, they would have won the match. Dear students, notice carefully the underlined words, the underlined verbs, and the structure of sentences. Okay, dear students, I hope you have already got some idea how to make conditional sentences. If you practice some exercise, you will be able to understand more effectively. I am giving you some exercise for practice. Okay, dear students, I would like to finish my discussion here. Thanks to all. Oh, remember, stay home, stay safe, and continue your study regularly at home.